Happy Monday, everybody. It's Slasher Sports Cinema. I've got my old man beverage from bodybuilding.com. They're not sponsoring me. Doesn't matter. I'm an old man, needs my vitamins. But we've got a brand new flick creature feature that's coming out on Hulu today, October 10th. So get ready. It's Grimcutty.
They will say that I have shed innocent blood. What's blood for, if not for shedding?
I'm your number one fan.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
God, it knows I'm here.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
You're listening to the Slasher Sports Show with Billy Graves.
That's right. We've got a modern creature feature, a scary internet meme called Grimcutty. It's stirring up panic amongst all the parents in town, convinced it's making their kids harm themselves and everybody else. But when a real life version of Grimcutty starts attacking this teenager, her parents believe she's doing some self-harm, cutting herself, with her phone taken away and nobody to believe her. This teenager named Asha, she's got to figure out how to get through to her parents and stop the Grimcutty once and for all. This thing looks fun to me. I've actually got it queued up right now. I'm gonna hit play right after we finish recording here, so hopefully I'll beat you to it and give it a review a little bit later on. But this thing was directed by John Ross. Now, he wrote and directed this one, as a matter of fact. It's kind of what his thing is. He's not going to direct anything unless he can write it too. He might, but, you know, he's one of those smart Alex, highly educated. Okay, so if it's the same John Ross I'm thinking of, he did the Thing in the Apartment short film and Freaky Farron. The guy's a master writer. He hasn't always had the biggest budgets, but you know he's got the writing skill to make up for it. He's going to give you an interesting story, whether or not he's got the budget to make a whole big production. But it stars Sarah Wolfkind, kind of a newcomer to horror. And honestly, being a young actress, she doesn't have a really big resume, but what she does have is a list of short films, and her last feature it's called Love All You Have Left. It's about a mom who loses her daughter in a school shooting. Gosh, we're hitting all the triggers today. But winds up meeting a girl living in her attic who claims to be Anne Frank. So I guess there's a third trigger, especially with Kanye running off at the mouth. Now, I used to have visions that I had a girl living in my attic, but, you know, those were teenage years. And her name was Karen Taylor. And then it was Wendy K. And every month it would change, or at least it would change whenever I'd switch out my dad's newest issue of Playboy. You know what I'm saying? He'd always wonder why they were always a month behind. It's because she's up in the attic right now. Well, Pops, the reason you were always a month behind is because your son only knew how to do two things: play baseball and masturbate. Now you know. Now you know. Shannon Sossman's in this one. It's probably a name you're more familiar with than Sarah Wolfkind. But you know, she was in Risk Cutters, and I think that was her breakout role. I remember seeing her in that Josh Hartnett flick, where he's basically banished for like 40 days to no sex. And he knew how the rest of us felt. Am I right, fellas? No? Fine. Well, Sossman carved out a nice little niche for herself. And, you know, her dark features or accents made her perfect for, you know, gothy type flicks. But along with her talent, of course, she got two of my favorite series. And Sleepy Hollow was one of them. Wayward Pines was the other. and I want to say they ran concurrently or back to back around 2014 to 2017. Just guesstimating there. But, Pines was executive produced by one of my favorite directors, M. Night Shyamalan. And I actually think he directed the pilot or the first couple of episodes. But Sussman was great in that. She's great in everything she does, really. She started off on Mr. Show with Bob and David as like a presenter. But she's always been great. Perfect look for this type of flick. If you can find a place to stream Wayward Pines, let me know. I haven't looked for it, but I definitely want to find it. Give that a rewatch. I suggest the story as well. Great cast, great story. Another one, I'm going to have to put this guy over big, is Usman Ali. I'm going to put him over big and make a hot take. But Usman Ali is going to be the anchor or the rock to this film. Not like the Dwayne Johnson, but like the guy that everybody kind of looks to for maybe just staying on track. He's done everything in film, TV, theater, video game voiceover. You're going to know him by the comedy series Veep with Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I think he was only in a season of that, but he had a pretty pronounced role in one of the later seasons. But if I can, point to his theater career, it was his performance in the Pulitzer Prize winning Disgraced. Okay, that's the one that really sets the tone. That's that play about basically Middle Eastern people having to hide their identity. That was done by Ayat Akhtar, a Chicago thing. But he was, I'm talking about Ali was nominated for the Justin Jefferson Award for that role, the lead role. The Justin Jefferson Awards, or the Jeffs, they're basically given annually to honor achievement in Chicago professional theater. So he's going to hold down this cast, and he and Sossaman are why I'm going to see this regardless of what the trailer looks like. And we're going to look at that trailer. It's going to be an abbreviated trailer because I don't want them, the powers that be slapping me for a copyright. So I want to make sure we show as much as we can to get a good piece of the story. And let's just go ahead and kick it off. Hell with it. Let's quit talking. Let's see what this looks like.
No one knows how it starts.
There's Wolfkind. There's Ali. That's my guy. And there's Sussman. Oh, she got that mom haircut like I like it.
When the paranoia takes over.
Okay. That ain't good.
It makes people do terrible things.
He better not. Oh, he done stabbed his mama up.
There's something going around.
Y'all see that shadow?
Internet character that tells you to kill people.
Oh, I like that shot. What? Was that Gru? That looked like Gru.
How are we supposed to protect our family?
Huh.
Hey, Dad, can we start over?
Good. We can just sit
Oh,
down
they done
and
turned on
talk it
themselves.
out together.
I don't think that's a tough one, y'all. It looks like a good film. What I'm contemplating here is why would they show the creature? Like, why would they just out the creature in the trailer? I don't know that I'm down with that too much. Just giving away what your creature looks like in a creature feature. There's no mystery to it now. Well, I can't really say one way or another. I don't know, but I mean, what do we think about that trailer, guys? I mean, it looks like it's going to be action-packed, some twists and turns. Look like the dad, I'm assuming he's the dad. Look like the dad's about to get after his daughter with a needle. She's got a knife. They're turning on each other, and this is a one of those internet memes, Slender Man, those creepy pastas. Almost feels like goosebumpy, but it's okay. Not everything, is going to be Terrifier. which is also out. We're going to have to talk about that one soon. But like I said, this one drops October 10th, which is today on Hulu. It's part of their Huluween annual event, which kind of features, horror-related original movies. And they show it throughout the month. So leave a comment if you're watching on YouTube. Tell me if you've watched it or if you plan on watching it. And leave a review of the film in the comments. I want to read it. If you're listening on Spotify, you'll see I've asked a question about the film. You can comment on there too. Otherwise, feel free to @ me on Twitter at HitCityKid. So between now and then, be sure to like, subscribe, share this episode on your social feeds. And I do want to remind you to find us on slashersports.com, on Twitter and TikTok at slashersports, on Instagram at slashersportsmedia. Got everything in sports and entertainment from college football to horror flicks. Now go forth and may you drink the blood of your enemies from the skulls of their children.